All right, guys. So with that low back in mind, let's start in child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching. Reach your arms forward on the mat, lower the head down. And take a few deep breaths in and out. And if you do want to focus on that low back area, just imagine sending your breath into that space. You may even be able to feel the low back puff up as you breathe in. And relax as you breathe out. Just give yourself a few moments, a few breaths to transition here into your practice. Allow the weight of your mat and of the ground support you, ground you into this moment. Feel how your deep breaths start to relax your body and nervous system. Let's take another breath in and breath out. Now look forward from here. We're going to do a moving cat-cow. So bend into your elbows, come up to more of a tabletop position, drop the belly. And on the exhale, curl and round back. Inhale, forward into cow. Exhale, curl back. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Nice job. Come up to tabletop. You'll bring your knees under your hips and shoulders over your wrists. Draw your belly up and in. Let's keep neutral spine, and we'll float the right leg back and reach the left arm forward. Spinal balance, working on stability through the spine. Reach out long through the limbs. We'll hold for 3, 2, and 1. Release that side. And we'll switch sides, left leg back, right arm forward. Keep pressing away from your mat. Pull the belly button up towards the spine. And reach your limbs long. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Good. Now look forward a little bit. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, look over your right shoulder. Move your hips to the left. And breathe into your low back and hip area. And come back to center. Then exhale, switch sides. Look over the left shoulder. Stretch your right hip, low back. And do that a few more times, side to side. Exhale as you crunch. Inhale to center. And once you come back to center, move your hands up to the top of your mat. Tuck all 10 of your toes under and lift your hips up for down dog. Take a few nice deep breaths as you start to pedal the legs out. And another nice stretch here in down dog is to turn your knees, your feet, your hips, and just kind of turn them side to side. So you get a long side body stretch. And come back to center and start to walk your hands and feet together. Fold forward over the legs. Head is heavy, spine is long. And let's just bend and straighten the knees a couple times. So on the inhale, bend your knees, bring belly to thigh. And then exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And one more bend. And straighten. Good. Now curl the spine up to standing. And reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, back down. And inhale, reach up. Interlace your fingertips, press your palms away. So up towards the ceiling. Stretch over to the right. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. One more inhale. And exhale. Back to center, relax the arms. Inhale, reach back up. Same thing, interlace fingertips, press the palms up to the ceiling. Draw your low ribs in. Stretch up and over to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing space between your low ribs and your pelvis on the right side. There's that open area, which may not feel too open, especially if you're tight through your side body. And come back to center, relax the arms and fold forward over the legs. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine, and press your hands actively into your shins. Imagine your hamstrings open. Feel length in the vertebrae. And take a deep inhale. And exhale, fold down. Now step your right foot to the back of your mat and use your hands, your fingertips, to help ground you as you pulse the hips up and down. A lot of times our hip flexors and quads are tight when we have low back pain. So let's work on that in low lunge. You'll lower the back knee down. If you need to pat it, go ahead and do so. And bring your hands up to your front thigh. You're welcome to stay here or reach the arms up overhead. Continue to sink the hips forward. Stretch, but don't overstretch. You want to find that comfortable edge where you know you're opening that right side, but not dumping into it. Now bring your hands back to heart. Move your hips back slightly and twist your right elbow over to the left knee. Press your palms together to the center of your chest and keep your hips facing forward as you twist through mid to upper back. Inhale. And exhale, release. Now step back for plank pose. You can be in a traditional plank, or if you want to lower to the knees for modified, you can. Strengthening the core will also help with back pain, as long as you have good alignment. So find that long line, top of head, back of heels. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Take another deep breath in, and on the exhale, lower to your belly. Untuck the toes, press tops of the feet down. And on the inhale, press your low back or your pelvis, your hips down as you lift the hips up, your chest up into your cobra pose. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, relax. Good. Only lift as high as your low back will want you to. Where it feels good for the chest to open and relax. Now press yourself back up and over to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Lift your heels high, bend the knees, look forward, and then take as many steps as you need to get to the top of your mat. Fold forward, relax. Inhale, flat back, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward again. This is one of the best stretches you can do when your low back feels tight. Let's try to get it to relax. And then we'll switch to the other side. So step your left foot back, pulse up and down with your hips. Root with your fingertips. And then lower your back knee. Find your low lunge. Bring hands up to your front thigh. You're welcome to stay here or reach the arms up. You can check in with your pelvis here. Make sure you're lifting through your belly button and drawing down with the tailbone. And enhance the heart center. Lean forward. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, we'll twist. Left elbow over to the right knee. Take several deep breaths, wringing out any stress or tension in the body. Inhale. And exhale, release. Step back to your plank. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lower to the belly. Okay. Keep your feet and legs on the ground, but bring your arms down by your hips. Now on the inhale, I want you to lift your chest. Reach the arms back behind you. Palms facing in. And then exhale, relax. Inhale, press down through the low back as you lift through the upper. Reach those fingertips behind you and relax. And take one more. Lift and reach. And relax. And then press back to child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touching. And breathe in. And breathe out. Lift your head. Walk your arms over to the right side. Keep your head in between your biceps as you side stretch. Breathe into your left side ribs. Good. Come up. Walk yourself to the left. Breathe into your right side. Come up, back to center, and transition into your down dog. Let's move feet together this time and lift the right leg high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more breath in. And breath out, relax. Switching sides, left leg lifts. Stay strong. Through your arms, melt your chest back. Press through your back heel. And release this side. Again, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. And walk with your opposite foot first. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Come up to standing, reach the arms. Exhale to heart center. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Moving into chair pose. Big toes can touch, or you can have your feet hip width distance apart. Bend your knees, sink the hips. Reach your arms up, biceps by the ears. Great pose posture to build energy. Warm the body. Let's reach right arm back. Look to the right. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, look to the left. Reach left arm back. Make sure you keep that lower body square, facing forward. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold forward, relax. Deep breath in and out. Step your right foot back. Come up for crescent lunge this time. Moving into standing position. Maybe start with hands on your hips and try to make your pelvis neutral. So it's probably tipping forward a bit here, little curve in the back, low back. So tuck the tailbone, lift your hip bones, and try to keep that more neutral pelvis. Now, depending on your back, try to bend and straighten that back knee a few times. You don't have to straighten it all the way if it causes any issues. And then find a place where you can hold. Again, float the arms up. And I'll give you two different options here. Just like before, you can go into prayer twist, right elbow to left knee. Pretty challenging with that back knee up. Or you can drop the right hand down to the mat and reach left arm high. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, release. And look forward, step back for your plank. Now from plank, drop just your left knee. Move your left foot back behind you and open out to the right for a side stretch. Reach long from right fingertips to right toes. Now you can stay here or lift that right leg or grab the foot, right hand reaches back for right foot for quad stretch. It's a tough one. So meet yourself where you're at. You can even grab a pant leg if you need to, or use a towel or a strap, or you can skip it altogether. But again, if we can get these quads to loosen up a little bit, can really help with our posture through the pelvis and low back to find that neutral position. Okay, let's release that side. Nice job. Flow through. either from modified or full plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, maybe a higher cobra this time. And then exhale, press back, down dog. Deep breath in and out. Big toes together. Lift your right leg high. This time, open the hip, bend the knee. Should feel similar to that stretch we just did. Nice and open on this side. Inhale. Exhale, start to step forward with that right foot. Left foot meets it, come up to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold yourself in. Come up to standing. Reach your arms. And exhale to heart center. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Good, balancing chair. So from here, lift your heels. It's going to be a little bit harder with your feet closer together because you have a smaller base to balance. So you can go hip width distance apart. Keep the heels lifted, start to bend the knees. If your feet are together, squeeze your knees, your inner thighs. Good, you can start to reach the arms back. Lean the chest forward. Drinking bird. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Heels down, fold forward, relax. Lengthen the spine, step your left foot back. And come up for crescent lunge on the other side. Maybe start with hands on your hips. Feel the hips. Maybe do a couple pelvic tilts to find that neutral pelvis. And bend and straighten the back knee a couple times. So find a place where you can hold. Reach the arms. And then hands to heart center. Okay, lean forward, either twist, left elbow to right knee, challenging, or bring your left hand down. You might even be able to go longer in your lunge here, and then reach right arm up. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Stay strong, one more. Release the right hand. Look forward, step back for your plank. From plank, lower the right knee. Move the right foot back behind you. Open up for your side stretch. Side plank variation. You could always do full side plank here if you wanted extra work. But tonight I'm focusing on the stretch and the length to create space in that left pelvis, belly, side ribs. And then remember our options here to lift the left leg and also to reach back for the left foot with the left hand. Now, if you do this, maintain that stability in the spine. So you don't want to arch too much or hinge at any particular point. You'll have a little curve, a little arch in the back, but nothing too straining. Take another breath wherever you're at. Release that side. Come back into your full plank or your modified, and we'll flow through. I should mention, if you are having back pain, high cobra probably isn't the best thing to do. So just stay lower to the ground. Focus on your upper back muscles. And make your way back into down dog. Deep breath in and out. Lift your left leg high, open the hip, bend the knee. Try to keep your shoulders square, facing forward. Good, and swing that left foot through. Keep stepping forward with both feet, top of the mat. And relax forward. Curl up to standing, reach the arms, and exhale to heart center. Take a moment to pause and breathe. And from standing, we'll step our right foot back for pyramid pose. On the inhale, reach your arms high. And then exhale, fold over the left leg. Let your spine hang heavy. Maybe even shake your head, yes and no. Side to side. Release any neck tension. Without moving the feet, slowly come up to standing. And then we'll switch. Left leg back. Ground through the feet. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Find your breath. Let it guide you into the stretch. Finding that perfect balance between ease and effort. Stay grounded through the feet as you come up to standing and step forward. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Now let's move into a little bit of balance. So you'll shift weight to your left leg and just try to lift your right up towards 90 degrees. Doesn't have to be 90 degrees, but you're working your way there. Feel supported and grounded through that left leg. And you might even be able to play a little bit. Bend and straighten the knee. Lift and lower the heel. And then come back to rooting down. And then release that right leg. Switch sides. Root down through the right. Lift through the left. And also check in with your hips. Are they even? If you feel balanced, work on the knee bend and the calf raise. And then root down. And then release that side. Now for this next one, you might want to come off to a wall or use a chair or something to hold on to. We're going to do standing bow pose or quad stretch. So bring your right hand out like you're holding a serving platter, palm facing up. And then you're going to grab the inside of the right foot, if possible. And just start here. Start with a quad stretch. If you feel pretty balanced, want to go deeper, reach the left arm up. And next step would be to kick that right foot into the hand. And as you kick back, you lean forward. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release this side. Return to equal balance. And then we'll switch. The left hand out like a serving platter. Reach for the inside of the left foot. You can also turn if you're using the wall. So your right hand is closest to the wall, or you can have the wall out in front of you. Find your balance. And then take those steps again. Maybe reaching the right arm up, kicking back. Breathe. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake it out. And come back to the top of your mat. You can bring your palms together if you'd like. Close the eyes. And take a deep breath. Turn inward. Just check in with yourself about halfway through our practice. How do you feel? And then open your eyes. We'll take a big step back with the right foot. And start to bend into the left knee. You can pulse a few times to feel the legs. And then hold about working towards 90-degree bend in the left knee. So your left knee is tracking right over the ankle. And then it's in line with your right hip. Then from your right hip all the way down to your right ankle, it's straight, squeezing long. Reach the arms, forward and back, and breathe. Hold and breathe. Finding strength, patience. Awareness in the body, mind. One more inhale. And exhale, relax. Turn your feet to the back of your mat. Bend into your right knee. Okay, same alignment as before. Right knee over the ankle, tracking in line with the toes, in line with the hip, and then straight back with the left leg. Reach the arms, hold and breathe. Relax and turn all 10 toes to the side of your mat. Inhale, look up as you pull the hands down the backs of your thighs. And then exhale, fold forward over the legs. Another really nice stretch for low back. And relax your upper body as much as you can. And bring hands to your hips. And lengthen up with your head, come back up to standing. Turn your left toes back to the top of your mat. Keep hands on your hips. We're gonna hinge forward over the left leg. Keep both sides of the torso long as you come back up. So moving into our triangle pose. We're just gonna take a few hinges here to really feel the left inner thigh and the left hip crease. When you hinge forward, you should be able to cover your left hand if it's in your left hip. Now we'll drop the left hand down the left leg. You decide where, ankle, shin, below the knee, and then reach right arm up. Maybe you can look up, hold and breathe. Inhale, and exhale, pull yourself up. Turn your feet, back of the mat, hands back on the hips. Let's hinge over the right leg this time. And come back up. Good, hinge forward. And lift. You want to feel your pelvis move forward and back. And then lower down the right leg. Reach left arm high. Maybe you can look up. And pull yourself up to standing. And one more time, turn your toes forward. Inhale, look up, open the heart. Exhale, fold over the legs. You can have hands on the mat, pulling yourself in, belly towards thighs, or you can even have hands on the ankles. It might feel nice to bend and straighten the knees, or even add some side lunging, side to side. And come back to center. Little bend in the knees brings you up to standing. Nice job. Turn to the top of your mat. And step with your feet as wide as your mat. So your pinky toes are right on the edges. And then have your palms face forward. Just notice this powerful stance, feeling a little bit wider, more open, more grounded. And then inhale, reach both arms high. And on the exhale, drop your right hand down the right thigh, reach left arm up and over. Work here with your breath. Good. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, left arm down. Side stretch. Right palm facing down. And back to center, inhale, arms high, and exhale, fold forward. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now step your right foot back from here. Lower your knee down and we'll take a runner's lunge. Drop into your left hip. You can even turn the toes out a little bit. The left knee will be in the same direction as the toes. And then your option, if you want to come down to the forearms for deeper stretch, you can. Just listen, make sure you listen to your hips because it is easy to overstretch. So don't be afraid to back off and then sink in. And then come back up to your hands and tuck your back toes under. Lift that back knee and use some momentum to step forward into your wide stance again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step your left foot back, lower the knee down. Turn the right toes out. Stretch your right hip. Stay here, come down to the forearms. Come up to your hands. Again, lift your back knee. Big step forward. And prepare yourself for Malasana squat. So heels in, toes out. Bend into your knees. Bring your elbows to your inner thighs. Hands up to heart center. Now you might not be as low as I am. So you can be up here. You can be here. You can be somewhere in between. Really all depends on our joints and how we're feeling today. Okay. Once you've had enough of that, start to make your way down to your mat. Okay, bring your feet together and let's just roll onto the back and hug the knees up and into the chest. Start with a gentle rock side to side. Massaging those tight muscles along the spine, the erector spinae, also the QL, that deep muscle that connects our pelvis and our rib, or our pelvis and our spine. That's often what's achy in our low back. So let's add figure 4 stretch. Right ankle on the left thigh. Grab for your left hamstring or shin. And try your best not to overdo it here. So relax in the face, the shoulders, even the belly, as you concentrate on the right hip and glute. Breathe deeply there. Maybe you can start to feel your sacrum relax. Tailbone drop down. And gently release this side. It might feel nice to stretch that right leg up for a moment. And then we'll switch sides, left ankle to right thigh. Grab for the right hamstring or shin. Deep breaths. Into the left hip and glutes. Release this side and extend the legs all the way down. Maybe feel your hip bones and gonna rock them side to side. And then reach your arms up overhead. Take a long full body stretch. You can even point your toes. On the exhale, hug your right knee up and into the chest. Take a big squeeze. Really nice stretch for the low back here. So keep the spine long on the mat. And you can even press the back of your head down gently and your tailbone down gently to feel that length. Keep hugging that left knee up towards, or excuse me, your right knee up towards your right armpit. And then relax that knee a little bit away from the chest. And we'll pull the right knee across and over to the left side. Reach that right arm back behind you. And you can even look to the right. We'll breathe in and breathe out. And use that right thigh strength. Pull back to center, hug the knee in, and then release that leg long. Hug left knee up and in, take a big squeeze, and pause here for a few breaths. Wind relieving pose. You need to move your hip around a little bit to get comfortable. Hug the left knee up towards the left armpit. Imagine sending blood flow to all those organs on the left side. Keep lengthen the spine. And then back off a little bit. For twist, left elbow over to the right knee or right side. Extend your left leg, arm out by your left. You can even gaze to the left for a deeper twist. A big inhale. And exhale, pull that left knee back to center. And bend both of your knees. Plant your feet. And you can let your knees touch each other just for a few breaths. Let yourself transition out of that twist onto your spine. And then drop arms down by your sides for bridge. So you'll separate the knees until they're right over your ankles. Curl up the spine, lift into your bridge. Find that long line with knees at the top, hips in the middle, and shoulders at the bottom. And then roll gently back down. Feel your pelvis tuck and untuck as you lift and lower. And breathe with your movements. Now we'll hold our next bridge at the top. You have an option here. If you want to interlace fingertips, open the shoulders, or you might be able to lift your hips high enough where you can bring your hands under your low back for a supported bridge. Another option there would be, if you have a block, to bring your block right under your sacrum, or right above your sacrum, really, just to support the pelvis and allow it to relax. If that's too high of a bridge for you for your low back today, then just stay in your normal bridge. When you're ready, roll it back down and use a little momentum to bring yourself up to a seat. Now to counter all of that back bending, let's do some forward folds. So inhale, sit tall. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, fold over the legs. If you can reach your toes, flex the toes back towards you. Breathe in and out. Take another inhale and exhale. Lift yourself up. Move your feet into butterfly. Feet together, knees wide. Feel your sit bones underneath you and grab for the ankles or the feet. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen. And then as you exhale, fold forward again. Create space in the hips, low back, even the upper back. Rounding through the shoulders, breathe in between the shoulder blades. You can tuck the chin for a neck stretch. In no rush. Allow yourself to sink into the pose. When you're ready, start to bring yourself up and then extend your legs straight out into their split. It doesn't have to be super wide. You can also have a little bend in the knees if you need to. If you feel really hunched through the spine, then I actually want you to bring the fingertips behind you and just work on sitting tall. If you feel like you can keep that tall spine, then lean forward and keep your toes facing up to the ceiling. All of these are series of forward folds. Gives us a chance to turn inward. You'll find these a lot in yin yoga, where we hold the poses closer to 5 minutes per pose, and it focuses more on deep tissue.
We won't hold for quite that long. Just a few more breaths.
You start to bring yourself up. Grab under your knees. Bring them back onto your mat. Make sure you have enough room behind you. And slowly roll back down onto your back. Now you can bend the knees. Have the feet go as wide as your mat. Finish with some windshield wipers. Swaying the knees side to side. Massage across the low back and hips. And then when you come back to center, go back into a butterfly pose, laying on your back. Feet together, knees wide. Feel how gravity just naturally opens the hips. You can stay here as long as you'd like. If it starts to get too uncomfortable, start to straighten the legs and just let your toes fall out to the sides. So your legs are in external rotation. And begin to relax the body, relax the mind. No more poses, just breathing, feeling, noticing. In these moments of quiet and peace, you can really tune inward and just notice how you feel. Yoga gives all of our emotions the right to live. So we don't try to make being angry or sad or anxious or any of those feelings wrong. But instead, we just try to give them space so they can move through us instead of holding on and repeating over and over. So, however you feel right now, that's okay. That's how you truly feel. And you know this because you're conscious, you're connected, you're aware. Of course, there's a good chance that yoga helped regulate our emotions. So if we were feeling anxious, maybe now we're feeling more calm or peaceful or connected or grateful, because it just tends to do that. This practice tends to make us feel better. And that's why we continue to come back. So take some deeper breaths in and out. And start to move the body again. And hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. And rock slowly along the low back. And just 3 times, you'll have hands on the knees. And on the inhale, gently pull the knees away from you. And on the exhale, draw them in. Inhale away. Exhale in. And inhale away. And exhale in. And you can roll off to your side or press yourself up to a seat when you're ready. And you are done with class. Thank you for this time. Namaste.